When installing low-voltage cables such as Category 6, through non-fire-rated gypsum walls, a sleeve is indeed required. This requirement is detailed in the National Electrical Code, specifically in Article 300.21b and Article 800.110b. Article 300.21b states that holes made for entries into enclosures or raceways shall be closed with fire-stop material approved for the specific purpose. Article 800.110b further clarifies that cables installed through fire-rated walls, floors, or ceilings shall be protected from the effects of fire by passing them through sleeves, plugs, or similar approved devices. The primary reason for requiring a sleeve is fire stopping. Fire stopping prevents the spread of fire and smoke through wall penetrations. Without a sleeve, the cable can act as a conduit for fire to travel through the wall. Sleeves provide a tight seal around the cable, preventing the spread of flames and toxic gases, even in non-fire-rated walls. This preventative measure helps contain a fire in its origin location for a brief but crucial amount of time to allow people to escape. There are several types of sleeves available for this purpose. Firstly, there are intumescent sleeves, which expand when exposed to heat, creating a fire-resistant barrier. Secondly, there are metallic sleeves, typically made of steel or aluminum, providing a rigid barrier against fire. Thirdly, there are cable wraps, which are fire-rated tapes or wraps that can be applied to cables before passing through a penetration. To properly install a sleeve, follow these steps. 1. Identify the location of the wall penetration. 2. Cut a hole in the wall using a drywall saw or other suitable tool. 3. Insert the sleeve into the hole, ensuring it is centered and flush with the wall surface. 4. Fill any gaps between the sleeve and the wall with fire-rated sealant. 5. Pass the cable through the sleeve and secure it in place. Using fire-rated sealant is very important to ensure that the sleeve is properly fitted and no gases or flame can pass through the hole that was just created. Make sure that the fire-rated sealant is compliant with standards of the area and is able to do the job it is intended for. To expand further on the NEC requirements, it's important to understand the context in which these codes are applied. The NEC, or National Electrical Code, is a set of standards established to ensure the safe installation of electrical wiring and equipment. It's adopted and used as a benchmark for safe electrical design, installation, and inspection to protect people and property from electrical hazards. While the specific wording and requirements can sometimes be complex, the underlying principle is always safety. When it comes to low-voltage cabling, even in non-fire-rated walls, the presence of a sleeve and appropriate fire-stopping materials plays a significant role in maintaining the overall fire safety of a building. Consider the scenario where a small electrical fire ignites near a wall. Without a proper sleeve, the flames and smoke could quickly spread through the opening created for the cable, potentially reaching other areas of the building and escalating the situation. The sleeve acts as a barrier, slowing down or even preventing the spread of fire and smoke, giving occupants more time to evacuate and allowing firefighters to respond more effectively. The choice of sleeve material also matters. Intumescent sleeves are particularly effective because they expand when exposed to heat, filling the gap around the cable and creating a tight, fire-resistant seal. This expansion helps to block the passage of flames and hot gases, further preventing the spread of fire. Metallic sleeves, on the other hand, provide a physical barrier that can withstand high temperatures and prevent the cable from melting or contributing to the fire. Cable wraps are another option, offering a flexible and easy-to-install solution for fire stopping. These wraps are typically made of fire-resistant materials that can withstand high temperatures and prevent the spread of flame. When selecting a cable wrap, it's important to choose one that is specifically designed for the type of cable being used and the size of the penetration. In addition to the NEC requirements, local building codes may also have specific requirements for fire stopping and cable installation. It's always a good idea to check with the local building department to ensure that your installation meets all applicable codes and regulations. Proper installation is also crucial for ensuring the effectiveness of the sleeve. The sleeve should be centered in a hole and flush with the wall surface to provide a tight seal. Any gaps between the sleeve and the wall should be filled with fire-rated sealant to prevent the passage of flames and smoke. The cable should also be properly secured within the sleeve to prevent it from moving or pulling on the sleeve during a fire. In summary, while it may seem like a minor detail, the use of a sleeve when running low-voltage cables through walls is an important safety measure that can help prevent the spread of fire and smoke. By following the NEC requirements and using the appropriate type of sleeve, you can help ensure the safety of your building and its occupants. Furthermore, consider the long-term benefits of using sleeves. While the initial cost of installing sleeves may be slightly higher than simply running the cable through a hole, the long-term benefits far outweigh the cost. In addition to preventing the spread of fire and smoke, sleeves can also help to protect the cable from damage. By providing a physical barrier between the cable and the wall, sleeves can prevent the cable from being damaged by sharp edges, nails, or screws. This can help to extend the life of the cable and reduce the need for costly repairs or replacements. Sleeves can also help to improve the aesthetics of the installation. By providing a clean and professional look, sleeves can enhance the overall appearance of the wiring. This can be particularly important in commercial buildings where appearance matters. The use of sleeves can also make it easier to add or remove cables in the future. By providing a clear pathway for the cables, sleeves can simplify the process of adding or removing cables without having to damage the wall or other surrounding structures. This can save time and money in the long run, especially in buildings where the wiring is frequently changed or upgraded. When selecting a sleeve, it's important to consider the size and type of cable being used. The sleeve should be large enough to accommodate the cable without being too loose. A loose sleeve may not provide an adequate seal and could allow flames and smoke to pass through. The type of sleeve should also be appropriate for the type of cable being used. For example, metallic sleeves are typically used for larger cables, while intumescent sleeves are often used for smaller cables. In addition to the size and type of cable, it's also important to consider the location of the penetration. If the penetration is located in a fire-rated wall, it's important to use a sleeve that is specifically designed for fire-rated walls. These sleeves are typically made of fire-resistant materials that can withstand high temperatures and prevent the spread of flames. If the penetration is located in a non-fire-rated wall, a standard sleeve can be used. However, it's still important to use a sleeve that provides a tight seal and prevents the passage of flames and smoke. When installing a sleeve, it's important to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. The instructions will provide specific information on how to install the sleeve and ensure that it provides an adequate seal. It's also important to use the appropriate tools for the job. Using the wrong tools can damage the sleeve or the wall, which could compromise the effectiveness of the installation. In addition to following the manufacturer's instructions, it's also important to inspect the sleeve regularly to ensure that it is still in good condition. Over time, the sleeve can become damaged or worn, which could compromise its ability to prevent the spread of fire and smoke. If the sleeve is damaged, it should be replaced as soon as possible. Sleeves are a critical component of any electrical system, especially in commercial buildings. By providing a physical barrier between the cables and the walls, sleeves can help to protect the cables from damage and prevent the spread of fire and smoke. By following the NEC requirements and using the appropriate type of sleeve, you can help ensure the safety of your building and its occupants. The importance of sleeves in electrical installations extends beyond just fire prevention and cable protection. Sleeves also play a significant role in maintaining the integrity of the building structure and preventing the ingress of pests and moisture. Consider the impact of drilling numerous holes through walls and floors for cable installations without the use of sleeves. These holes can weaken the structure of the building, making it more susceptible to damage from earthquakes, wind, and other natural disasters. Sleeves provide a reinforced pathway for cables, minimizing the impact on the building's structural integrity. Moreover, open holes in walls and floors can serve as entry points for pests such as rodents, insects, and other unwanted creatures. These pests can damage cables, contaminate the building, and pose a health hazard to occupants. Sleeves, when properly sealed, create a barrier that prevents pests from entering the building through cable penetrations. Moisture is another significant concern in electrical installations. Water can seep through open holes in walls and floors, leading to corrosion of cables and electrical components. This corrosion can cause electrical malfunctions, short circuits, and even fires. Sleeves, when used in conjunction with appropriate sealing materials, prevent moisture from entering the building through cable penetrations, protecting the electrical system from damage. The selection of the appropriate sleeve material is crucial for ensuring its effectiveness in preventing pest and moisture ingress. Metal sleeves, such as steel or aluminum, provide a robust barrier that is resistant to pests and moisture. Plastic sleeves, while less durable than metal, can also be effective if properly sealed. The choice of sleeve material should be based on the specific requirements of the installation and the environmental conditions. In addition to the material, the size and shape of the sleeve should also be carefully considered. The sleeve should be large enough to accommodate the cables without being too loose or too tight. A loose sleeve will not provide an adequate seal, while a tight sleeve can damage the cables. The shape of the sleeve should also be appropriate for the type of penetration. For example, a round sleeve is typically used for circular penetrations, while a rectangular sleeve is used for rectangular penetrations. The installation of sleeves should be performed by qualified electricians or technicians who are familiar with the NEC requirements and local building codes. Proper installation is essential for ensuring that the sleeves provide an adequate seal and protect the cables from damage. The installation process typically involves drilling a hole in the wall or floor, inserting the sleeve into the hole, and sealing the sleeve with appropriate sealing materials. The sealing material should be compatible with the sleeve material and the surrounding wall or floor material. Regular inspection and maintenance of sleeves are essential for ensuring their continued effectiveness. Sleeves should be inspected periodically for damage such as cracks, holes, or corrosion. Any damaged sleeves should be repaired or replaced as soon as possible. The sealing material should also be inspected regularly and replaced if necessary. In conclusion, sleeves are an essential component of any electrical installation. They provide numerous benefits, including fire prevention, cable protection, structural integrity, pest control, and moisture protection. By selecting the appropriate sleeve material, size, and shape, and by ensuring proper installation and maintenance, you can help to ensure the safety and reliability of your electrical system. Remember that the cost of sleeves is very little compared to the risk of a fire, safety hazard, and costly repairs.